Now, let's talk about Prince Andrew. Now, Prince Andrew apparently wants a face-to-face meeting with the King because the King wants to boot him out of a mansion. I say, well done, Charles. Boot him out and don't even talk to him.
Yes, Prince Andrew lives at Royal Lodge. This is a beautiful, huge wedding cake of a mansion in the middle of Windsor Great Park. You can only just see it through the trees from the road. Of course, it's a superb place with about 90 acres of land. And what the plan is, the King's plan, the mighty fist of majesty is swinging. The King wants his younger brother, Andrew. He was never a great fan of Andrew as a boy, I can tell you that. He wants him to move out and go to Frogmore Cottage. Now, that was the cottage that was being done up and beautified and made up to the standards of Meghan Markle. But of course, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, never actually lived there. And the King wants the Prince and Princess of Wales, that's William and Kate, and their three very ordinary and well brought up and refreshingly normal children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, to move into Royal Lodge. And I think that's entirely appropriate because at the moment, they're living in a little cottage, which is named after Queen Adelaide. It's called Adelaide Cottage. And of course, she gave her name to the capital of South Australia. So they're living in this little cottage and they're going to move over. Now, Andrew doesn't want to go. He says he's got a lease, and he says he's worried that they'll turn off the water and the electricity to try and push him out. I don't think the royal bailiffs are going in yet, but what the King wants, the King is going to get. He's certainly asserting himself. He's waited 70 years for the job, and he's laying down the law.
Yeah, in most families, if there's a dispute between brothers, well, it's normally a parent who tries to get involved. Well, of course, there's no parent left. And if one is the King, as you say, he'll get what he wants. But does this speak to a certain delusion that Andrew has, where he still thinks that he should be out and proud amongst the people, a working royal, as opposed to the reality that he is going to live in ignominy now, and that means that his accommodations will be befitting that ignominy?
As Muhammad Ali said on one occasion, he's got two chances, slim and none. And I'm afraid, Paul, I haven't got very much sympathy. I'm afraid he has got no chance of getting back. The cloud that goes around with him, which is called Jeffrey Epstein, the late, unlamented American financier and pedophile, that will always hang around with him. And of course, I'd never say never, but the British public and the public throughout the world are never going to accept him back. So he can forget about that. He should settle down, work on his golf score, enjoy his family life, and forget about being a royal prince.